We're going over some super exciting stuff today, how to set up Google Analytics on your website. Let's dive in. All right, so the first thing you want to do is go to analytics.google.com. That's what you got to do. Get signed in to your Gmail account that you use and manage for your business. Now, what you want to do is click on the link down here, admin, after you get signed in, and then we're going to create an account. All right, and you're going to name it your account name. So I'm going to set up my Maps and Madness Analytics account. You could select what account data sharing settings you would like and click Next. Then it's going to create the property. I'm just duplicating the same property name here. Really doesn't matter. And click Next. Industry category. You can select what it pertains to. So whatever your industry is, just say internet and telecom. And now what your objective is for your analytics. What do you want to achieve? Do you want to generate leads? Do you want to drive online sales? Do you want to raise brand awareness, examine user behavior, get baseline reports? So it only lets you select one here. So my main goal here would be to generate leads, and I'm going to click create. I have to accept and move on. So now we're going to start collecting data. If you use an Android app, you could select that. If your platform is on an iOS app, you would select that. This is going to be web. Most of your sites will be web. Setting this up for a website or a local business site, it's going to be web. You're going to enter in your domain here. And we want to check enhanced measurement. And you can configure enhanced measurement here as well. You can even capture outbound clicks, scrolls, form interactions, site search, video engagement, all of that information, and create the stream. All right, now we need to make sure we install it. So we're going to select what platform our site is built on here, whether it's on GoDaddy, WordPress, Wix, Squarespace. You'll select that here, or you can install manually. So if you don't see your platform here, you can go ahead and select install manually, which is what I'm going to do for my site. So I'm going to take just a second and install this manually. So I took this and I installed it immediately after the head element on my website. And I am going to test it now to make sure that worked. Sometimes this takes a little bit, so install it, give it a minute, and test it. We've got a check mark, so we're good to go. Now we can get a little bit more granular here and do some more awesome things with analytics. You can actually track events, create custom events based on what your goals are with your website. So if you have a form fill on your site, you can actually track that as an event. If you have a phone number or click to call on your website, you can track that as an event. And you can track multiple things. Now, Google Analytics will automatically start tracking some events for you with this enhanced measurement. But you can actually set up some custom events as well. So we're going to dive into creating those custom events, what that looks like, and how to track conversions through Google Analytics. Let's create those custom events here. So the first one we're going to create is for a form fill. So say someone fills something out on your website. The next thing we want to do is take them to a confirmation page. This is going to allow us to track that as a conversion. Now again, Google Analytics will automatically track some conversions for you, like form submissions. However, I don't like to just leave it up to Google and trust that they're going to track it. I like to set that up manually. So this is how we do it. We set up custom events for form fills, and we also set up custom events for click-to-call tracking if you have phone call tracking on your site. So for form fills specifically, what we're going to do is we're going to come over here back to admin. Under data display, we're going to click events. Now we're going to create an event. So we're going to create an event, and we want to name it. I like to name it something like thank you page or confirmation page, something of that nature. The parameter here is going to be page underscore location, and then contains, and then the value will be the ending path of the URL for your confirmation page. So for me, it is confirmation page. Confirmation dash page. What we're telling Google is to say, hey, look, this page I want to track. Now we want to add a condition to that. What do we want to track on this page? And we want to track page views. All right, so we're adding a condition, and the parameter is going to be event underscore name equals and page underscore view. So we want to say, hey, we want to track page views of this page, and the page is confirmation page. We want to make sure copy parameters is checked, and we're going to create. So we created that custom event. One more custom event that I want to create is click to calls, okay? So if you have a phone call button on your website, usually it involves the URL TEL:. So what we're going to do is we're going to tell Google Analytics to track those phone calls and track clicks. So the first parameters be event name operator equals click. And this next parameter is going to be link underscore URL contains TEL:. So most click to calls, it is achieved through the TEL URL link here, or sorry, TTL link. So we're going to track clicks to telephone click through, make sure that this is selected, and click create. So now we have our phone call event and our confirmation page event created. Now we need to mark these as conversions. Once they actually start tracking as events, you can then turn them on as conversions. But you won't have any events happening yet for it because you just created it, right? So I'm actually going to go in and manually create those as conversions. So what I want to do is copy the custom event name, and then we want to go to conversions, create a new conversion event, and you want it to exact match the event name that you just created. And the other one was phone calls. There we go. So I'm going to make sure that matches what we created. Phone calls. Yep. So now we are tracking our confirmation page views and phone calls, click to calls. So we'll be able to know, okay, did someone complete our form and navigate to the confirmation page? Did someone click to call on that page? So we're tracking all of that information now within Google Analytics. So today you have set up your Google Analytics account, you set up your events, and you set up your conversions. So you're going to be able to know how many people are accessing your site now, what kind of traffic are you getting to that site, how is your traffic trending? Where is it coming from? What countries is it coming from? What platforms? And now you're also going to know what events happened through your website and through your analytics. I hope this answered all of your questions about setting up Google Analytics. If you want my scribe, my step-by-step process, my standard operating procedure on setting up Google Analytics conversions and event tracking, click the link below and you will get that in a PDF format. It's something that you can take and use yourself. You could send it to someone else. You can use it. One of your team members could use it so that they can go in and set up Google Analytics, conversion and event tracking, and have all of that written SOP information right in front of them. All right, I hope you enjoyed this video. Have an awesome day.